Welcome to the triumphant return of the No Kidding podcast. This is Lisa.
This is Andrew. And
I'm pointing to Lisa.
And I'm pointing to Andrew's face.
And this is us. Welcome.
We're back, guys.
We're back from a slight interstitial, but you know, it I don't know if do they even notice, because we've been kind of staggering the releases. Listen, it's been light and we're sorry, but you know, everybody needs a break now and then. We
are sorry. I did actually put in a little apology on one of the previous episodes we recently released, just to let them know where we were. And then I said, you know, I was just appalled at the amount of people just coming at me saying, where the heck are you guys? Where are you? You just came off the face of the earth. And then
guys, calm down.
I know.
We're going to feed you.
It was like
baby birds.
Yeah, baby birds, calm down.
We got the worms. Don't worry.
And then I had to do a corrections corner immediately and say that absolutely did not happen, because we have absolutely no one asking us where we are, which was kind of insulting.
I mean, honestly, it makes us, we're an official podcast now, because we had to apologize for something and then we had to do a corrections corner.
Yeah, immediately.
So it's pretty, you know.
That's official.
Pretty official.
I think so.
Yep. That's the way I like to look at it.
Yeah, I know. But it's been fun. It's been a nice hiatus. Lots of good things happening. I did mention that we would kind of explain a little bit why we weren't around, just in case one day we become incredibly well known and people go back and listen and be like, whoa, what happened to that month back in 2021?
It'll be this black hole. There'll be investigations into why we took a month off. People will be like, I don't know, I'm going through their Instagrams, their posts, and I can't see anything that's correlating to, I don't know.
I didn't post anything on Instagram either, so it was like total blackout. So anyways, we've both been kind of busy. You so more than me. What's your new updates?
My new updates? Well, I got married. And
oh my god, you did?
I did.
I'm shocked and appalled that you didn't tell me.
I know. It was a big to-do to keep it a secret from you.
Just kidding.
You know, we had to invite everybody and somehow, you know, make up excuses for why we were going to the places we were going.
Yeah.
Didn't at the end of the last podcast, we do the we were at the wedding. It was a live coverage.
Oh yeah, that's right. Guys.
See, it's been a long time.
We invited all of you and you all showed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
Thanks for showing up.
It was fun. And you we actually did address that you were going to ask your wedding planner to get me specifically a sister chair, because you told me to bring my own chair and I was like, that's offensive. You need to get on that. And you did, and it turned out. And I appreciate it. Yeah,
they were out of sister chairs, so we just gave you a regular one.
Well, I figured it was pretty bland, but I didn't want to complain, so.
Well, I got a lot of sisters, so.
Oh, true. That's true. That is true. I didn't really consider that. So you got married.
Put you into the list there.
Well, so married. Well, you were engaged man, then now you're a married man. And you're like an official adult now, I feel like. And
yeah, you can't be an adult unless you're married.
I think that's probably true.
Single people out there, ooh, too bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You?
I'm perfectly okay with that. As we talked in a previous episode, I have a Peter Pan syndrome. I look and act exactly like I did when I was 10. So.
You child.
Yes.
So look to me for wisdom.
Yeah. Now I have to look to you for wisdom. So we've you superseded me by far. So you're married and you're a homeowner, which we did talk about previously too. But how's that going?
Oh man, look, the home is a stretch. I got a lot going on. I don't know if you know.
I do know.
The timeline has been adjusted several times. However, it is coming together pretty well. It is, I've got the no holes in the ceiling.
Awesome.
Wow. Imagine. No holes in the walls. Can you believe it? I don't even have no holes in the walls at the current place I am. So, I mean, it's looking great. It just doesn't have a floor. But besides that, we're pretty much good. I do need to paint. But, I mean, that's just like standard moving in somewhere.
Duh.
Work.
It sounds like you're exactly where you need to be. That sounds like the perfect renovation story. It really is not a home renovation if you don't move the timeline. It's like impossible.
Yeah, you got to have some of that like, oh, well, that thing isn't going to be in until such and such a date. Oh, well, I guess like extend your lease. Not really a problem for me.
Yeah,
but.
So that's good. No like money pit situations.
Oh, no.
Did you ever watch that movie, by the way? You were going to, but...
No, I mean, I've seen it. It's the one with the house, right?
Yeah.
That the house keeps falling apart. That's a great movie. Is that the one with the mouse in it where it's like part of the... I think I'm conflating two different movies.
You are, but that's okay.
What's the one where they're like... No, yeah, that's the one where they're chasing the mouse and they end up destroying the entire house in the process.
Oh, really? No, I don't
They're
know.
trying to like... They bought a house and they find it like a mouse in the house. And they're like, oh my gosh, we need to get rid of this mouse in this house that we bought. And they end up like devising all these wacky ways to try and like catch and defeat the mouse. It's like a Tom and Jerry situation, except instead of a cat, it's these two guys.
Oh,
and
wow.
they end up destroying their entire house just trying to catch this one mouse. It's
It sounds hilarious.
man, I wish I remembered that movie.
Is it called Mouse Hunt?
It's got like, oh, I think so. Yeah.
Let's see. Mouse Hunt, 1997.
Yeah. Yes, that's it. I believe it's yeah, that seems like it's got strong Home Alone vibes. There's a lot of like wacky, like crazy stunts that would probably kill an average person, but because it's comedy, they're fine.
Yes, it says two
You know what I mean?
Stumbledum inheritors are determined to rid their antique house of a mouse, who is equally determined to stay where he is. That sounds fun. Oh yeah, that looks like it.
It's kind of depressing if you think about it, right? Because now all three of them are homeless now.
Right?
Because they couldn't come to an agreement.
And you know what's funny is most mice are pretty nice. So
Most mice are pretty nice. And you know what's the best place for a mouse in your house?
no, where? Your attic?
I'm a poet and don't even know it.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you're looking for retro movies, first Money Pit, then Mouse House. What was it? Mouse Hunt?
Good question. I don't remember now. Mouse Hunt, yeah.
Okay.
That was
I wonder if that's like
the shortest memory I've ever had.
I feel like this happened a lot in the 90s. Like there was I feel like it's one of those movies that's somehow like sponsored by Hasbro and is inspired by like Mousetrap the game or something like that.
Oh yeah, probably.
They did a lot of like Rube Goldberg-esque like trying to capture this mouse through like janky weird like schemes.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Like I said, strong Home Alone vibes.
Okay. I actually can't remember ever seeing that, but I'll have to look into it because it's right around that time where I might have watched it.
I mean, you know, definitely a candidate for nostalgia syndrome, but I remember it being pretty good.
Cool. Nice. So anything else new? I mean, you went on your honeymoon. You're now officially a Californian because I think if you go more than twice, you're an official citizen, I assume. I don't know.
Well, I've been like 3 times. So
exactly. A citizen. That's
and I left, technically, during my honeymoon. I left and came back. So 4 times.
Dang. So, yeah, you might as well just move there.
Actually, during one of my other visits, I left and came back. So, like 5 times.
Oh, my gosh.
Basically, I go there all the time.
So, basically, it's your second home.
Yeah, I should buy a...
You're an expert.
That would be awful if I had like a summer home there. The tickets alone each year.
I know.
Crazy.
No, you're not allowed to move there ever. So just get that out of your brain right now.
I don't know. San Francisco is pretty cool.
Unless you get robbed. And then you gotta...
Spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. It's a great place.
But no, yeah. I mean... Everything was so cool.
Yeah.
I've gone through quite a gambit to get to where I am. You know, you ever have one of those periods in your life where you're like, it's gonna calm down one of these moments. I'm gonna get a little breather, but
not yet.
Thankfully, this is one of those situations where it's all from good stuff. So
yes,
can't complain.
That's true. Like they say bad things come in threes. For you, it's good things come in threes. Like bad things just don't come. So
yeah,
no.
Just don't.
Just kidding.
Every now and then they show up and I'm like, hey, hit the road.
Yeah, I've got good things coming. So
dang,
that's a good mindset.
Too bad. Yeah, it was pretty sweet. Like the wedding went off without a hitch. Like I feel like it was so good.
It really was.
There's so many times that I've heard of like, crazy antics and stuff ruining your wedding, but definitely was very chill and just kind of just kind of flowed. I mean, a lot of that is obviously due to good planning, but also a lot of it's just up to luck. So it's hard to say.
This is true.
We started off, I feel like it's kind of funny because the girls obviously have to wake up like really early and go and like start the process and get made up and stuff. And like we literally like because we stayed in like the hotel. We stayed like downtown and we had like one of the high floors of this hotel, so we could like oversee Orlando. Is very cool. And so we decided like that would be where the boys get ready. She just kind of left like early, and then I was just chilling watching anime. And then eventually the boys showed up, and then we all watched anime. We all like got in the bed together and we were cuddling and watching anime all morning. Sending pics to the girls, and they were like, "What are you guys up to?" And we were just getting breakfast downtown. It was awesome.
Oh, cool.
And meanwhile the girls are like having issues like with the car. Like I feel like maybe we should have handled the car rental because they were like busy. But I guess she also wanted to like get to the venue in the car. But I remember like she got the BMW that we like our getaway car sort of situation. And I don't know, I guess it was kind of complicated to get started. And so like she couldn't figure out how to actually go and like get to the venue in it because she couldn't like
drive it,
get it started.
Oh no.
Yeah. Because they just like drop it. It was actually kind of a nice service. They drop it off like at the house. So she just like walked out and the car was there. So it didn't feel like it would be that big of a deal, right? But yeah, it was just kind of like a weird like push to start like situation that we hadn't ever run into that exact way of doing it.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool. Once we got it going, very nice car.
Very cool. So how long did you have it for? Was it just like the night?
Yeah, it was we had it for that night. We're like 24 hours, so we went and got like brunch in it the next day.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good idea
nice
to do. Just like kind of get out of your normal, places like you did with the hotel, and then the car kind of puts you in this whole, different world and kind of makes it feel more fun, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like even though like we were obviously still like right around where we lived, it was kind of like a vacation already.
Right. Yeah.
It felt sort of like a destination wedding in a weird way. So
cool.
It's kind of cool.
That is fun.
Yeah.
And you had the coolest wedding. I want to emphasize this to people because it was very, non-traditional in terms of location and everything. And so it was the best wedding I've ever been to. And I'm not just saying that because you're my brother. It was just very unique and different. And I don't know, like I appreciated the detail, but also just the what am I trying to say? The uniqueness of it. I don't know if that's the right word I was going to go for. But you also took into account, and maybe it was more just like coincidence, but took into account like that there was going to be kids there. And so they also got to experience something different than what would normally be what a wedding would be like for a kid. Like,
Yeah, I feel like having grown up in a family that is like weddings are basically a tradition. It's almost like every year somebody gets married. At least it was that way for a long time. And yeah, so having been to a lot of weddings as a kid, I'm conscientious of that.
Yeah.
But, so when that venue was available at the Science Center, it was just really, really cool to think like, oh yeah, this is a cool place for kids to hang out. Like, there's lots of like little stuff, like little museum-y kind of like pieces. I mean, it's literally like a place that is almost everybody in Orlando goes to as like one of their field trips. So it's just got a lot of exhibits and stuff that are like cool for kids. But then they got like a really awesome room just full of dinosaur bones that's was amazing for a reception because it was like almost like a Jurassic Park situation.
Yeah, it was
dancing
really
under
cool.
Some T-Rex skeletons and Triceratops and
yeah.
cool.
I'm gonna set the scene for them because so like after the wedding was over, that wedding was outdoors and it was beautiful and all of that. So then when you come back inside, you go into this one room where you have kind of hors d'oeuvres and cocktails and stuff. And that room was just like, it had all these activities for kids that they could do that were science-based. And it had like a tornado room where you can go inside and get blown away. They had the earthquake floor. It had like interactive things where you could fly an airplane and go and look at the planets and I don't know, just like all kinds of cool stuff while you're eating your hors d'oeuvres and everything. And then afterwards you walk into this room where the reception is and you walk in and the first thing you see is this huge T-Rex dinosaur bone holding up this sign that's in his teeth that says like Andrew and Lervin.
Yes.
And like their wedding and everything, and then you walk past the dinosaur, the big huge T-Rex, and there's dinosaur bones everywhere, and you get onto the tables where you sit and you eat, and then you dance right in the middle of all of that. It was just like so cool. And even in the back there was this interactive sort of dance floor for kids where they could go, and they had like superimposed dinosaurs that, what is it, kind of like what am I trying to say, like
yeah,
AR?
It's like a AR.
Yeah, AR.
Yeah, it's like overlaid in reality, and so they're dancing on the dance floor, but the screen showing them like literally dancing with
dinosaurs. Yeah, it was so cool. So yeah, super unique, super fun. Yeah, it was just so cool.
Yeah, it was so cool. Like everything kind of just went off without a hitch. I mean, obviously, like I feel like it was great because like obviously they do weddings, so they have like wedding packages and stuff, and we just kind of like leaned into the whole like, yes, we'll take like your recommended vendors things. I mean, for a few things we decided to go different, but especially for like the DJ and photographer, like they clearly knew the grounds and knew the different rooms and how to like set up lighting and how to do like everything just right. So like it was super easy to do that kind of stuff, and they like did it super well because they obviously have done like, you know, dozens and dozens of weddings there, so they know exactly how to get the best effects and everything.
That's important. Yeah.
So for that kind of stuff, it was just like amazing. It was just like little other things like the I don't know, like the florals and stuff that we did like other vendors, but yeah, super cool.
Yeah, it did seem like everything went really well, and there wasn't any issues or anything. So I was like, yeah.
And I mean, even like the staff and stuff, like because like I was saying, like when they had to get ready so early, I feel like there was so much time where I was just kind of like sitting around and not doing much, and I feel like that almost makes it more like nerve-wracking because you're like on that day you're like, should I be doing something? Like, isn't there something I should be doing? But there really isn't. Like, people are just like, we got it, they're taking care of it. And like all the, you know, helpful people like my groomsmen and the people that work there, and even the photographer and stuff were like, oh, do you not know how to like do a pocket square? Here, I got you. Stuff.
Oh,
so
cool.
I just kind of was like along for the ride. I'm just walking and I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, we're doing that. Okay, cool.
That's awesome.
So that was super cool. It's always great to have all that support, but yeah.
Totally, yeah. It was just really, really cool, and it was the perfect size, and the food was really good, and just, I don't know, like everything, even like the details, you know, it was all very like green and like kind of like more of a, I don't know
verdant forest sort of.
Okay, yes,
theme. There
you go. Yeah, you know.
I felt like it meshed with the kind of Jurassic Park situation.
Yes.
So like out on the terrace, it's like a kind of a verdant treetop kind of feel, I guess, because you're just above. The balcony is like right at the perfect height to be just above all of the like trees. It's a pretty wooded area of Orlando, so you get to see like over the treetops, and then just behind it is like the skyline of downtown. And then with like, you know, the kind of green archway and stuff, it kind of melds well. But then as you move in, it's like, ooh, welcome to the Cretaceous period or something.
Yeah, cool. It's true. It was like that. Very cool. And also,
how was the planet room? Like, because they also have like kind of a planetarium, like space themed room.
Yeah, it was
that they were going to set up like cocktails and stuff. But obviously, we were doing like photography and stuff during that time, and we ended up actually not really getting to the cocktail hour.
Oh, so okay. Yeah, no, it was really cool. They actually had, it was in, like I said, with that room with all those other interactive things, but then back in the corner, there was all the planet stuff where you could, you know, it was like interactive where you can touch the screen and then like change. There was this huge ball in the middle where it kind of, I guess it's like there's like a projection on the ball, and so you can pick which planet you want to see, the details of the planet. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can see the whole, you know, system, you can see Earth.
Yeah, so some people get married in that room. Like, obviously, that whole floor is like kind of like where they do their wedding stuff, and you could kind of like do it any way you want. You get married under the dinosaur bones, or you can get married in that room. And I know that they have a package. Like, one of their things is like, if you want to have like a nerdy wedding, you can have it like be the Death Star behind you.
Oh gosh!
Like, it's actually just like a sphere that you can project like whatever you want on.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's really cool.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I was the only thing we were all concerned about, and not really concerned. I mean, it was just one of those things because it's Florida. Is that you were outside? The reception was outside, and I was like, it rained like I think the night before or that morning or something like that. It was like pretty close or whatever.
I mean, it was definitely in the middle of the rainy season, or more specifically the hurricane season.
Right. And so like I know my friend Jackie, she got married in November just recently. And she was saying that because hers was outdoors too. And she said even in November, she was a little hesitant to do it outside. She's like, but Andrew and Lervin, what did she say? She's like, they've got some balls or something like that to like have an outdoor wedding in the middle of the hurricane season or whatever. But
we did have a backup plan for the planet room if that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But no, it turned out really nice. And it was actually really nice weather because it had recently rained. So like it wasn't too hot or anything. It was like, the temperature was
hurricane went by.
Yeah. It was like a tropical storm or something. So
yeah, I was like, ooh, it's coming.
Yeah, it turned out great. So
nice thing is those systems suck everything up, all the bad weather. So it turned out really nice.
Yeah.
It was just a little windy, but
that was nice though. It was good.
Makes for dramatic pictures with flowing dresses.
Yeah, it's true. It did. Man,
it's like we were getting married on the end of a boat or something.
Yeah, your pictures turned out so good. So
they really did. Great photographer.
Those are the deets, guy. Cool. Yeah, those are the deets, friends.
Man, I was so worried. I was like about to have a panic attack.
Why?
I was like, oh, look. It wasn't like out of regret or anything. Don't get me wrong. It was just like the moment is here.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Everyone's looking at me, and I'm being live streamed. And, I have to read my vows now. And then I was also I had this weird fear that like I had one of two fears. I was like, I'm either going to get too emotional or I'm going to be zero emotion, and both are bad.
Right. Yeah. No, you had.
But I felt like I was right at the right amount.
You were at the perfect amount because, like, I mean, I don't want to call you out or anything, but you were clearly emotional when she came out. Like, everybody, and that, like, set me off too because, I don't know, like, it was clear like how much you loved her throughout the whole thing, not just at the reception or at the ceremony, but during the reception and everything. Like just as you read your vows and everything, it's just like that kind of pure love is so I don't like rare, and it's sad that it's rare, but it's rare, and it's like, and for it to last as long as it has and be as deep as it is, and like, and just being on the other side and watching it and seeing like somebody that you love have that. It was like, I normally don't cry, and I've told you this already because we've talked about this, but I don't think I've ever cried at a wedding before, and I've never cried at like a funeral, or like I'm not a super emotional person. I get emotional, but that day, I'm just telling our listeners here, that whole entire ceremony, I was bawling. I was crying so much, and it was uncontrollable. Like I could not stop. It was kind of annoying because I was trying to pay attention, and I was also trying to like calm my own self down. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But it was all pure, like obviously love and happiness, tears or whatever. But that's how beautiful it was. So yeah, people need to know.
Thank you for your care. Of
course. But I mean, people need to know this wasn't just like any wedding. This was like two perfect people married together in like perfect happiness. I don't know. It was just so good.
I watched it back and I wept again, so I can't watch it anymore.
You're going to have to wait for like 10 years before you rewatch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Lervin is a writer by trade, so go figure her vows were pretty fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, they both were. I mean, I was just like, oh, like,
I even got a few of my friends, the Stone Cold ones,
You did? Okay. See, it wasn't just me. There was something in the air that day. It was like two perfect couple. It was like the perfect couple.
It was love.
It was love. Oh, God. Okay, I take it back. They're not the perfect couple. They're the corniest couple, but still the best.
Hey, this is what a peak couple looks like. Too bad if you don't like it.
True.
It's a barfing rainbow situation.
It is, and it's a beautiful thing. So
it was really great, and it was great what everybody the yearbook quotes everybody wrote in our guest book.
Oh yes, yeah, I love those.
Had a lot of fun watching that and opening their gifts.
Of course.
Rack it up. I'm gonna get something out of this wedding. for what
I mean,
put
that's
in.
the thing is like, I was always like in the past, like I didn't dislike getting gifts for people's weddings or anything like that. It was more like, I was just curious about the whole tradition and everything like that. So
Like, what's the deal?
yeah, like what's the deal? Like, where did this come from? Why, and the more and more weddings I go to, I can fully appreciate that because of how, not only because of the celebratory aspect and like wanting to get the married couple off on the right foot and like help them out in their life journey and everything, but I mean like everything they have to go through and how expensive these weddings are. And it is a party almost like that they're putting on, not just for themselves, but for other people. And it's kind of a nice thank you for that too, because it's supposed to be, something that is celebrating the couple, but it's like also just, it's a party for everybody to sort of like join in that happiness together. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you ever took even a single person out to dinner and spent that much on one of their plates, they'd be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, this was, wow, such a fancy place.
Yeah, like,
wow,
what can I do?
thank you.
What can I do to help?
And then meanwhile, I'm buying that for, however many, like 80 people.
I know.
They're all like, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Bring on the risotto. Oh my God, that was good food though, right?
It really was. It was good food.
I was debating, there was some debate along like whether to go with like the fancy caterer or like something a little more like whatever, down home.
Yeah.
Like Four Rivers or something, but we went with Puff and Stuff and it was pretty fantastic, to be fair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Even though it was a little pinkies out, but.
Yeah, kind of. But I mean, I didn't feel that way. I was like,
that was the one thing that I kind of felt bad for the kids a little bit. I'm like, well, I'm giving you like, there's a little like dig pit where you can excavate dinosaur bones, but now you got to eat kale.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I didn't see anyone complaining. And
honestly, we got a lot of good kids in our family. They mostly eat.
Yeah, they do. So it was all good. And they had fun. It seemed like everybody had something to do and everybody seemed to be having fun. And yeah, normally I don't eat a lot at weddings, but I was full there, I remember. And I was like, oh, I ate too much. So it's obviously good. So yeah.
Thank God. I would be miserable if I spent that much and you were like, man, I'm hungry.
Man, that sucked. No.
Hey, who wants to hit up Taco Bell now?
I know. Because some people do kind of like overthink it, I think. And so it becomes more like you said, like you were debating whether to go fancy or not. And sometimes it's like too fancy to the point where it's just not good, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Know.
I mean, I think we did pretty basic stuff. I mean, it was like fancied up, but I mean, it was like chicken and risotto, which is kind of like mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, there was like a little bit of kale in there, but it was just kind of like a nice, like sauteed salad sort of situation. It was all,
yeah,
not too crazy. Even like the cocktail hour and stuff, like it's mostly just like charcuterie stuff. I feel like just kind of some meats and cheeses. Peruse at your own pleasure.
Yeah, I will be honest.
We did end up at least getting some because like I know we didn't like get into the thing, but that was actually kind of like our alone time for a second. Like afterwards, like after we got like the formal photos and everything, we they actually prepared us like a little dish, like because we went in there and we're like, we actually wanted to try some of it, and they're, oh yeah, here you go, like just go into the bridal suite. So we just sat in there and they like literally like came in as waiters and like gave us basically a sample of everything on the
oh, that's nice.
like a sampler plate of everything that was part of the like cocktail hour, and we just got a moment to ourselves in there. That was really
nice.
That's
good, because I think like a lot of like couples don't get to experience all of their own, like what they all planned, and it's they spent all this time planning and then they never even got to experience what it was like or anything. So
yeah, or even each other, like after the ceremony, it's like, okay, now we got to host a party, and we don't get to like revel in the fact of we did it.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be honest though, I didn't have any of the cocktail food because I had,
you were part of the photos and stuff too, so probably a little bit,
but like it was more because for some reason I just got to talking with like Mike and Mom and Amber, and I don't know, like
yeah, that's how it goes.
We just
welcome to Hawaii. Didn't
I never made my way over there before we ended up going in, and it was fine because I didn't, I forgot about it basically. So I didn't miss it, but I didn't not miss it. I don't know. But what was I gonna say? Oh,
just there if you're peckish.
Yeah, it turned out probably made me enjoy the food more anyway. So, but so Jackie, my best friend, she just got married too, and she was saying that like one of the things that kind of was interesting was that she there was a lot I mean, immediately, this is like really soon after, but like it went by so fast and everything was going so much. And like they went off to their wedding their honeymoon almost directly after. And so like there were parts of it that were completely missing from her memory. And she's like, it was like,
yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. So I was wondering if you had any of that experience where it was like, it went by so fast, you almost don't remember it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the week in between, because we like waited a week before we went on our honeymoon, I think that helped like cement the wedding a bit more. But I feel like the honeymoon, kind of suffers from that. Like now being a month later, it's like we did so much in such a short period of time that it's like thinking back on it, I'm like, yeah, and then I guess we didn't really do that much. We did that and that. Oh, well, then there was that. Oh, and then there was the thing that happened in between that. Oh, and then that happened. Yeah. And like unravels and I start being like, how did I forget that?
Yeah. I mean, that happens to me all the time. I'm like the worst memory. So like, that's why I take so many pictures or like take a video and do a vlog or something or write a journal because I'm like, I will forget this.
Yeah. I tried to like keep up with kind of like a diary along the way, but I don't know, like there was so much going on, there was never a moment to like stop and do that without being like, all right, hang on, like let's stop doing stuff.
It is hard. Yeah. I usually would do it like before bed, but even then you're like so tired, the last thing you want to do is write something. And
a lot of the times like we were driving through the night and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It was fun. But I mean, as far as the wedding, like, I mean, yeah, I feel like I remember almost everything, I think. I mean, honestly, if anything, it just went by so fast. I feel like we were both like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's already over. Like when they were like, all right, time to go. I was like, because normally when you're at a wedding, like somebody else's wedding, it's like, oh, this is, well, I don't know. It's probably like 11. You think they'll go till 12? We're glad we extended that hour because that was optional in our case.
Yeah.
Like, for the venue, they were like, I mean, usually it goes till 11, but you can pay a little extra and go for another hour. And we're like, 11? That's so late. Like, I mean, there's like old people and stuff that are going to be at this wedding. But yeah, no, definitely glad that we got the extra hour because we were just kind of like, oh, it's over? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's true though, because normally at weddings, I'm kind of like, there's a point where I get to I'm like looking at my watch thinking like, when is this going to be over? And then it's like, it feels like it's dragging a little bit, but like your wedding, same, like it went by so fast even for me. I was like, when it was time to go and like leave and say goodbye to you guys and everything, and then I realized what time it was, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so late. How did it get so late? Like I thought it was only maybe like 10 o'clock or something, and it was like midnight. So yeah.
But we had quite the dance party too. So
we did, yeah.
It was a lot of fun and just like blasted on the dance floor. Oh man, the pictures of the dance floor were actually really great because that was like so much of the night. I feel like that I was like, how do you get good pictures of people dancing?
I was always curious about that too. Yeah, because everybody's moving and it's dark and they
got these like on the four corners of the dance floor. They have like these telescoping like. You almost didn't notice them, but they're like these towered flashes.
I did notice,
It just seemed like kind of like a disco light kind of thing, but every time they took a picture, it just flashed for a second.
That's so cool.
Fascinating. And it was, all of them were like perfectly exposed.
That's really neat, yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. And they had like 4-point lighting because it was on every, every corner. So it was like, everybody was like so well lit. It's like, that's wild. It almost looks like we were dancing with the lights on. But
oh, yeah. I guess so, yeah. That one, I think that's how they do it on Disney rides too. Like when they take your picture, because you always get.
That's a little more like jarring though. I know, you always get. You're flying through this like dark tunnel, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoosh!
I know, it's like blinding your
blinding
eyes.
White light.
I wonder if that's like.
But with all the dance music and the lights going on.
Yeah, you don't even notice it. That's true.
Yeah, it just seemed like another effect.
Yep, so cool. It was so fun too. Like Aunt Margaret and I were dancing together, and Dad came out. He started dancing, and.
Yeah, I got pics.
Yeah, I was.
Got some pics of Dad dancing.
Yeah.
Got dirt. Yeah, and I mean everybody also like participated. I feel like with keeping the entertainment going, and like the speeches that people did and everything were like amazing.
Yes, yeah.
Like there wasn't a dull moment.
There really wasn't. Really, cool. I think that's what made it go by so fast because it was just like it moved really well. Yeah. So. Now everybody knows.
Oh man, so many people wanted to come up and talk to us.
Oh, of course. I mean, you're like a celebrity at these events. So
yeah, I mean, it's just. I mean, obviously, but at the same time, it's like all right, like I gotta eat it.
I know. That's why I didn't really go up to you guys at all because of that. Because I've heard so many people who have gotten married say they didn't get to eat because they were too busy, or like, that's a common thing. I think a common complaint. And so I was like, yeah.
We were originally going to like formally go around and like say hi to everybody so that we could have like a moment when it was over. But people just immediately started coming up and be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
And like, it started with friends, the like close people that I don't mind. And I'm like, hey, what's up?
You don't mind.
And then I mean, they're like obviously bridal party and stuff like that, like people that helped out with the wedding and everything, and like it's like, yeah, this is great. But then it's like it just like slowly started orbiting out further and further until like pretty much everybody was.
Well, I think that's
so
once
like, okay.
one person does, then it's
exactly. Once
like,
somebody sees somebody whispering in your ear, they're like, I'm gonna go whisper.
Oh
in there.
yeah,
I wanna whisper in their ear.
Yeah. But I will say that's like the one regret that I have is that I don't have a picture, like a casual like picture at the reception with you. It's or Lorvin, like
do you though? I don't know.
I
gotta
don't
dig through the photos.
I mean, I didn't take one. I don't think anybody else took one, and so that was like the one
probably
thing.
be with us dancing. I don't know if there's like
right.
super casual, just like having drinks.
Yeah, like of us just like.
I feel like I was dancing the whole time. If I wasn't eating, I was dancing or cutting cake.
That's true. We were constantly moving, I feel like. So, but it was all very nice and very good and perfect. So, congratulations from me and our podcast family.
Thank you for coming to the well, they already knew they were there.
It was live streamed apparently. So, where were you guys? All right. So,
I don't think we live streamed the reception. I'm not sure.
No, okay.
That's kind of like, I wonder if anybody would watch that. And a bunch of other people dancing. And you're like, yeah, it looks fun.
I don't know. That is true. I don't know. People watch some weird stuff. So, have you ever been on Twitch?
Then you de facto, live stream my wedding. Just be like, hey, every now and then, like a little chime goes off, and I'm like, hey, thanks, XXX.
Oh my gosh, you probably could.
Big pineapple hunter.
You probably could get like some major dough that night if you did that.
Thanks for the bits. Hey, everybody, tell them thanks for the bits.
Yeah, right. You'd be constantly like talking to streamers while you're on your reception.
Oh my god, I now that you've said that, it's a matter of time before I'm at that wedding.
Right. I know exactly.
That's gonna happen.
You're at somebody else's Twitch wedding.
That's absolutely gonna be.
Yes, it will. If it's not already, who knows?
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure it has happened, but
yeah. So tell us.
I know that there was like a few gamer weddings that were like really memey, and they I think they live streamed that. But again, I don't know if it was the reception and if they like really interacted with the audience.
Oh, yeah, probably just kind of like a what's his name? The guy who got
XQC.
Who?
Ninja.
No, he got kicked off
Pokemon.
of Twitch and he went on to YouTube.
That kind of sounds like Ninja. Or no, he went to Mixer.
Yeah.
Who's the other? Dr. Disrespect? I don't know.
No, it's I know what you're thinking. I know who you're thinking. But he's like, gosh, he's more like a crazy streamer. He goes out in public. He does like
Wild Boy.
Who?
Wild Boy?
No. I'd know it if I heard it. He's got like dark hair, super skinny, pointy nose. He has a name. What's his name? Let me see if I can find it. But Twitch streamer who left.
Bob Vila.
No.
From This Old House.
Are you kidding me? I don't know if this is going to come up with the right person. It's like right on the tip of my tongue. He does like, he used to.
Can you imagine if Bob Vila was a streamer? It's irrelevant, sorry.
He used to do like weird stuff. Like he like one of the things he did was he streamed himself sleeping, and it was like he made the most money he ever made on a night where he was sleeping and like streaming.
Nice.
And then
I feel like it's just like if you do anything like weird and different, then that's innovation on the streamers.
But
Battlefront.
then he did a stream where he was like, okay, you have to try and wake me up while I'm sleeping. So like when people would pay money at different levels, you could make different noises or like submit different things, and it would like wake him up.
And obviously the most expensive ones were the loudest.
Yeah, right. Or like the craziest. He got so pissed during that stream Because I mean, to be woken up and stuff all the time by like the most obnoxious noises. Let me.
He wakes up like, how dare you pay me $800? Gosh darn it.
Yeah, right. I think that was the one where he made the most money. Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. But he does a lot of really crazy things. Like, I don't know. I can't think of his name. It's gonna really bug me until I figure it out. So,
Stephen Hackett.
No. Mike would know immediately because he knows him. But I don't know. Let's see. Was this it? No, that's not it. I don't know. I'll think of it, and then. But while I'm looking it up, tell us like more about your hunt.
Dr. Lupo?
No. Nope. What is his freaking name? I'm gonna text Mike and see if he knows who his name is because he'll probably.
Dr. Disrespect, Courage, Dr. Lupo, Valkyrie, Ninja. These are streamers who left Twitch for YouTube.
I know all those names.
The Bazinga magazine.
And.
So what were you gonna ask me? What's
what was like some really cool points of your honeymoon? Like what was some of your favorite points? Like the cool stuff about that? Because I love travel.
Oh man, there's so much cool stuff. Do we have time?
Probably not. Might have to save that for another time.
All right.
So let me find out who this guy is.
Tune in next time for the honeymoon podcast.
Yeah, this is a wedding podcast. Next week's honeymoon podcast, and we'll do travel podcasts because I'll talk some about mine too a little bit.
Oh, we're gonna start a travel podcast?
Yeah. Oh, how cool would that be? We just travel somewhere and.
Yeah, all the time with all the money we make from our podcast.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, so Mike's gonna know immediately, I'm sure.
So whatever happened to bouldering? This is a prelude to my honeymoon.
Bouldering?
You and me. We're gonna go bouldering. I guess it's still COVID.
Yes, we do need to go bouldering. 100%. I would.
You go bouldering?
Yeah, that's like rock climbing, right? Ice Poseidon. Yeah. I knew it. I knew he would know.
Poseidon, the god of the sea?
Ice Poseidon, that's his name.
Oh.
Have you heard of him? He is like a crazy streamer, YouTuber, whatever. And he anyway, look him up. He's nuts.
I have seen his face.
Like he's very
tell you that much.
Popular.
I don't think I've seen a lot of him though. Doesn't look super familiar.
Oh, well. Yeah, anyways, just he's got some
fascinating.
Yeah, he's a fascinating individual if you're into that. So, bouldering. Yes, we need to do bouldering, and
I feel like it's rough times for all these chic bouldering pop-up gyms that are happening now, but
why?
Right as COVID hits.
Well, I feel like it would be pretty open here, wouldn't it be?
What do you mean? Like going bouldering in nature? Because we live in Florida.
No, I mean like a place. Like obviously.
Oh, like during these times, yes,
yes,
of course.
Right.
But yeah, I'm saying like
bouldering in nature.
I feel like a lot of these opened like this started becoming a popular thing like a couple years ago. So they're like just getting their start, and then COVID.
Right.
Nobody's going to the gym for like 2 years.
Right. That's probably true. It is sad.
It's rough stuff.
Yeah. I have
the one close to me is kind of like it's like right in between being sketchy and not. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's like right between
okay.
Like the kind of Paramore area and the kind of like Church Street area.
Right, okay. No. You'll have to come to my side of the towns over here.
You're like, I won't be doing that.
I won't be doing that.
I won't be nearing Amway. How dare you?
I don't know what's yours called? Do you know what the name of it is?
I could find out in an instant.
Could you though?
Yeah, I could find out. It's Blue Swan Boulders, obviously.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, Oh.
Hey, it's open right now. Let's go.
Oh, it is at 8:30?
Yeah, they close at 10.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Well, it would suck. Yeah, they all close at 10.
Peace, guys. We're going bouldering.
When are you going to go bouldering? In like the middle of the day when you got work? No way. Oh, there's Rock Hard Fitness.
I don't know. That place doesn't look so bad.
No, yeah. I mean, it like looks cool. It's just the location.
Oh.
Location.
Yeah.
I mean, they all look like rock walls. Like, what do you...
Well, I mean, I'm sure some are more interesting than others. Like, have like more obstacles. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's all the same.
No, it's true. I'm going through a lot of the other ones, and it's not very interesting.
Oh.
They're just like, yeah, we have one wall, and then like regular gym stuff. See, nobody committed hard except Blue Swan boulders.
That's true. Well, I mean, the one by me, Argyle rock climbing, I think is what it is.
Ah, okay, I saw that.
I know they have pretty good walls, but what else do they have? I don't know.
I want to walk into a bouldering place and be like, hey, you guys got good walls?
Oh,
here?
you know, I think the best one I don't think it's anywhere near us, but is we probably should be talking about this on the podcast because people probably could care less about our local bouldering gyms. but
bouldering gyms in general as an up and coming workout activity.
Yeah, right. But the one in Melbourne looks really kind of cool, but it's pretty because it doesn't just have rocks, it also has nets and like ladders, and I think they have a kids section.
This one you sent me, the Igile or whatever. They got, what are these? These are like just ropes, but like they're draped over. Oh, I get it. I guess you're supposed to climb up a wall with a rope. Okay, so it's like rope climbing. Never mind. That makes
okay.
sense. It looked weird in their implementation, but I suppose in practice it makes total sense.
Okay, sure.
It's just like these are weird like rope things like draped over surfaces. What do you do with that?
I see what you mean. Have you ever been rock climbing before or bouldering?
Not like really. I mean, like I've been a few times, just like more as a kid, but like yeah, I've been in a harness and I've like climbed them and done that fun thing where you get to the top and you just like dive off and the rope slowly sends you.
Yeah,
that's fun.
True.
Well,
we'll definitely have to go.
I don't remember the last time I've been. It's been quite a while. I've never actually been on like a rock face. I mean, well, I've obviously climbed rocks. I don't know.
I've actually climbed rocks before, so it counts. That does count.
Yeah, I mean, I've been at lethal heights. I've been in places where I'm like, if I let go, this would not be good.
Well, that is definitely, what's the word? Like beginner level, which counts.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Totally. So we should totally do that. And what's I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know. Let's do it. I've been a couple times, and I've loved it every single time. Like I've gone here, and I've gone in Minnesota in gyms, and then I've also rock climbed actual mountains.
Wow, so you're advanced.
So
I'm gonna be in you're like my senpai.
No.
I'm gonna be in the class below you.
The last time I went rock climbing for real is probably over maybe 10 years. So there you go.
So you're a veteran is what I'm hearing.
Well, no, I'm like a
veteran.
completely different person since that 10 years ago. I mean,
that was Elisa.
That was like a totally different person. And I'm like, I probably don't have any muscle strength anymore. And also, I mean, I've just heard it's really good. It's a good workout. So which basically to me equals it's hard. So when anybody who says, oh, that's a really good workout, it means it's going to kick your butt. It's going to kick your butt. So yeah. It's
brutal.
Just be prepared for that. I'm just, being realistic.
Okay. The sorer you get, the better the massages will feel.
What massages? What are you talking about, massages?
I'm just going to get a massage once I'm not sore.
Lucky you.
It's an opportunity to get the best massage possible. You get all sore, and then you go get a massage.
Oh.
It's amazing.
Okay, cool. Then we'll have to plan that too. We'll have to plan rock climbing, and then a couple days later, because your muscles aren't going to hurt the day of, right? I mean, it's going to hurt.
Yeah, you just keep hitting those boulders. And you're like, woo! I'm on top of the world. I'll never run out of energy. And then the next day you're like, I can't move.
Exactly. So, yeah. I was going to send you these.
Good.
I don't know how to do this. Add a comment. Nope, I don't need to add a comment. I think you'll get the idea.
Wow, look at you. Mountain climber Lisa. Hanging off the rock face, looking like a real boss. Is that water beneath you? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I am shocked. Like, looking back on that, I'm like, did I do that? Was that me? Did I actually do
they have water in Minnesota?
Yeah, well, it's on Lake.
Was that a Great Lake?
It was on Lake. Yeah, it was Great Lake Superior. It was up like in North Face or North, something like that. North Face.
Oh, the land of down sweaters.
Yeah. Something like that. I don't know. But it was fun. And I mean, it wasn't terrifying at all, actually. I think I was in a place in my mind. Like, at that point in my life, I had nothing to lose, kind of. It was kind of one of those things. It was like, you know.
so you're on the edge of a rock face, like, if I die.
Yeah, like, life is what it is at this point, and I've got no prospects, no whatever. It's like, this is the best. I don't know. I was kind of just.
That's kind of dark. This is like the Crisis movie or book of the Twilight. You know, where Bella's just like, I'm going to jump off a motorcycle. I don't even care.
It kind of was like that, actually, because the reason I went on this trip was because I was like in a really dark place. And I was like, I'm really having a hard time. So I need to just get out of Florida and go somewhere else and change my mind and change my, my perspective and my mindset and just do something
solid strat.
Different than I normally do. So I was like, I'm going to go visit our cousin, Jackie, who lives there. And Jackie was an avid rock climber. So she was like,
I'll pull you out of your
You're coming with
Come
me.
here.
We're going rock climbing. So let's go. Of course, like, as you can tell, all the pictures of me were like totally blurry, but that's cool.
Well, that's because you were zooming up that rock. So fast.
Yeah, right. But this is why I think part of the reason why I wasn't like terrified is because we were with somebody who was like 7 months pregnant and she was doing it. And I was like, okay.
I see him, but he's not wearing a top.
If she can do it. What? You can see somebody not wearing a top? What are you saying?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, good.
So, yeah, that's precarious.
Yeah.
That is 7 months. That's a ways in.
I know.
She trying to like induce labor or something? Like what's
I don't know. Like she did the smaller
she did the maternity
she did do like the easier one. She didn't do like the really this is her in the blue.
Uh-huh.
So she did like a smaller one, and then the one at the below is Jackie, our cousin. She was like expert level. So and then this was her friend who was also expert level. Look how like smooth his rock is.
Oh yeah, that's a man who is expert level.
Yeah, like
he's got dusted fingertips. He's got that little dust bag in his back pocket. He's got some like Ray-Bans or something on him, ready to go. Look at it, the sun on his back. It's gleaming like a Greek goddess.
I know. And like rock, look at the rock going up though. It's like completely flat. There's nowhere to hang on. There's nowhere to put your fingers. There's nowhere to grasp. Whereas me, on mine, I'll have, there's places where you can kind of grip. So, whatever. I was like, I don't know what the level is. It goes beginner, intermediate, hard, like, what's next? I don't know what comes after intermediate. Expert?
Black diamond.
Black belt. And then he's beyond that. So, yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. So anyway, but it would be fun. It would be so fun to go bouldering with you, and I would love it. So we should do that. Cool.
We can. Who cares if we're in the flattest state in America?
We've got mountains indoors.
Let's climb up. Yeah. Well, that's human engineering, baby.
Yeah.
I'm going to put on a VR headset, and it'll be like I'm climbing El Capitan.
Yes, nothing can stand in the way of a 21st century human being.
Except social media and political injustice.
Except for that, yeah. Except for a pandemic.
Except for the coronavirus.
And everything that's going on in the world. So, anyway.
But other than that.
On that note.
You guys have a good time out there. Stay safe. Don't get the Ronas. And,
Kid around. Don't kid around. We don't care.
Yeah.
Just be you.
Live your life.
Stay true, but just be you.
That's a good motto.
Yes.
Lisa learned that one on her spirit journey abroad. On her crisis movie.
My crisis movie to bouldering country. That's right. Everybody get a bouldering in your life. To give you perspective. Okay, we're just rambling now. Let's go. Bye.
Ta-ta for now.
Ta.
And when we're in the distance, you'll hear this whispered tune. So long, very well, big cheerio, we'll be back soon.
And when we're in the distance, we'll hear this whispered tune. So, cheerio, tip, beauty dope, we'll be back soon.
Taylor Swift, are you going to be on our podcast?
Yeah, any day now.